As you are aware that we have entered in the week second, and today we are taking over the lecture number 3 of this week second, and the title of this lecture is Educational Guidance, Meaning, Objectives and Significance. What we are going to discuss in this lecture, let us analyze or have a highlight on that. Definitions of educational guidance, first of all, we will try to understand, and then meaning of the educational guidance, objectives of educational guidance, process of educational guidance, and significance of educational guidance, and we will conclude our lecture. Let us start to understand educational guidance with few of the definition proposed by the experts of the field. Educational guidance is concerned with assistance given to pupils in their choices and adjustment with relation to the schools, curriculum courses and school life. There are two aspects which have been highlighted here. Choices are one aspect and making better adjustment is the second aspect. And these choices and adjustment are basically related to the school, relation to the schools, means curriculum taught in that school and the school life. When we are talking about the school life, we are talking about the school environment, teachers, administrations and non-teaching staff or everybody who is associated with the institution. Definition of educational guidance, the first definition which I just discussed before you is highlighted the choices and the adjustment, giving significance to the choices and adjustment, that was given by the author J. Jones in 1960. Another definition, Dunsmore and Miller, popularly known as Miller's definition, which was given in 1961. Very old definition, but is still true as far as its meaning are concerned. Educational guidance is primarily concerned with the student's success in educational career. Educational career. Educational guidance is related to the educational careers. It relates to the student's adjustment to school and to the preparation and carrying out of suitable educational plan in keeping with his educational needs. Three aspects have been highlighted. Adjustment to school. The objective of educational program is basically to enhance the adjustment of the school and allowing them to prepare and carrying out of suitable educational plan. Means, first of all, we need to get well adjusted in the school and we must be able to make suitable educational program, and these program must be aligned with our educational needs, abilities and the career interest. So first of all, in educational guidance, we are giving opportunity to our students to get adjusted well. If once they are adjusted well, they are able to make or prepare their plans and carry on to that plan, and this planning is done in the light of the needs, interests and abilities of the students. Another definition which is Good's dictionary definition, Carter v. Good, it says educational guidance is concerned with matters relating to schools, courses, curricular and school life rather than vocational, social or personal matters. It has clearly deviated the definition of many other aspects of guidance with the educational guidance. It says educational guidance means students facing difficulty in their educational area and they must be guided in that. It is not related to the vocational guidance, not related to the social or the personal guidance. It is exclusively to deal with the problems of the student which may arise related to the courses, how to carry on the courses, what difficulty they are facing in understanding them, and what is the life of the school, how they must get their adjustment better in that life. With these definition, we can find out or analyze the meaning of the educational guidance. Educational guidance helps the student to adjust with the school environment. First, adjustment with the school environment, which includes students, teachers, curricular, co-curricular activities, and the cultural traditions of the schools. Number of researches have been conducted in regard to the adjustment and the academic achievement, and they have proved and they have find out that better adjustment basically is highly essential for better academic achievement. Students who are well adjusted in the school environment are able to perform better and able to concentrate more as compared to the maladjusted student, and they are able to achieve better marks and better academic and scholastic achievement. Educational guidance focuses on assisting students in their academic and personal development to help them achieve their full potential. What is the potential of the student? In any educational institution, he or she must achieve his full potential. Otherwise, he will be underachievers. There are certain objectives of educational guidance, and now we are going to discuss these objectives. Promoting academic success and adjustment. This is the first objective. Second is guiding educational and career choices. First objective is promoting academic success and adjustment. Second is guiding educational and career choices. Third is fostering personal development and well-being, which is also very important. And then finally, we are concentrating all other aspects, that is called the holistic development. Promoting academic success and adjustment. There are certain aspects which are very important if we are interested in promoting academic success and adjustment among our students, which is the basic need. For that, we need to understand the institution and the curriculum. We need to make aware to our student that they are having the clear-cut idea about the institution and the curriculum being offered to them in that institution. Educational guidance helps students understand the purpose and the function of educational institution and its programs being run, as well as the prescribed curriculum covering its various aspects, its curricular aspects and the co-curricular aspect. When I am talking about the curriculum, then curriculum also incorporates co-curricular activities or extracurricular activity. The first and the foremost important thing to ensure academic success and adjustment is basically we are giving information or educational guidance, basically making students understand, developing the understanding of the student about their institution and the curriculum which they are learning. Discovering the strength and the weaknesses. Until and unless students are aware about their strength and the weaknesses, they will not get success and better adjustment in school conditions. Educational guidance also assists students in identifying their abilities, their interests, their aptitudes, and other personality characteristics relevant to their learning and educational paths. All the courses are not fit enough for all the students. Every individual has its potentials and the weaknesses. We need to divert the student as per their potentials, and we need to work upon the weaknesses of the student. So academic success and adjustment is also related to the strength and weaknesses. So we need to make students aware about their strength and the weaknesses. Developing effective study habit. Students can be intelligent, can be very efficient in the learning, but he is not using effective study habits. That is why his pace of the learning doesn't suit to their temperament or suit to their inherent abilities and the capabilities. Effective study habits include establishing a consistent study schedule with regular breaks, eliminating distractions, setting specific goals for each session, and using active learning techniques like spaced repetition, active recalls, and teaching others. We learn from teaching others, and that becomes highly significant for remembering for a longer time. So many techniques are there and students are not aware about it. Guidance counselor who is providing educational guidance, he is basically trying to develop the effective study habits among the students, which may be fruitful for them in getting academic success and ensuring better adjustment in the institution. Educational guidance also assists students in developing efficient learning strategies, how to manage the time, and selecting appropriate learning materials so that you are able to understand the subject matter in a better manner. Addressing academic challenges. A very common obstacles students face, they are supposed to be the academic challenges, ranging from managing time and finances to dealing with motivation. Low motivation can be a problem. Mental health issues, stress, anxiety can be there. Academic pressure, how to handle the academic pressure, handle the examination, they can be academic challenges. These challenges can be caused by learning difficulties, ineffective teaching, and social or environmental factors. We need to understand the causes of that also. So these academic challenges are addressed by the educational guidance counselors. However, students with support from guidance services can overcome these hurdles through strategies like goal setting, developing effective study habits, and seeking help, turning setbacks into opportunities for growth. These are many measures, many techniques which can be utilized by the counselor in assisting and the student in addressing their academic challenges. Facilitating adjustment. Facilitating adjustment involves a set of strategies and approaches to help individuals or groups adapt to new situations, changes, or environments by promoting flexibility, understanding, and proactive engagement with the challenges. Facilitating adjustment. Adjustment is basically to adapt to the different situations, challenging situations, new situations, and situations which doesn't suit to the temperament of the student, and we are making the best utilization of the available resources even if we are not fully adjusted to that situation. The flexible approach basically assists the individual to make better adjustment. Educational guidance helps students adapt to the school environment, its regulations, and foster positive relationship with peers and the teachers. So these are very important. Student must feel adapted to the school environment that can be new for them. There are many rules and regulations adopted by that school, and there is a need to develop positive relationship with the peers and the teachers. These are supposed to be the key for the better adjustment, and such kinds of facilities or facilitating adjustment must be provided by the educational guidance. Second is the guiding educational and career choices. After making their adjustment better, the second aspect is exploring educational opportunities. Inform students about different types of the schools. Educational opportunity, I'm talking about the educational opportunities. What are the different types of the schools, colleges, courses, and training programs, including eligibility criteria and admission processes, is very important in exploring educational opportunities. We are providing information to the student to different types of the schools and the colleges and the courses available in that, and various training programs, and how to enter in that program, what will be the eligibility criteria for them, how to get admission in that, what happens with the first generation learners and the students from socio-economically disadvantaged groups if they are not aware about these educational opportunities. In absence of this awareness, they find it difficult to get the admission in good schools, in good colleges, and in better courses which suits to their temperament or any better program. and they are not aware about the eligibility criteria also, and they face difficulty. So their access is basically hindered. If they get the access in a substandard school or a school where they are not having their chosen subject, then definitely their career is going to be influenced in a negative manner. Making informed course selection, it is also very important and highly significant in career choices, educational and career choices. Informed course selection involves a thoughtful process of aligning your interests and career goals with academic opportunities to make choices that lead to fulfilling and successful careers. What are my abilities and the capabilities? What opportunities are available? I have to evaluate both the aspects so that I am able to fulfill my dream and become a successful in future. Key steps include self-reflection on your passions and aspirations. Reflect on your passions. Researching potential courses. First of all, we reflect on ourselves and searching out the potential courses available and their associated career path, and we are taking the decision to select that. Educational guidance helps students choose subjects and programs of study that align with their abilities, interests, aptitude, and the career. Basic principle of all kinds of the guidance is that we are making the choices based on our individuality rather than we are guided by the socially status courses. Connecting education to the future careers. Education is basically leads to the adjustment to the future careers. We need to provide information and guidance regarding career opportunities, industry trends, and skills needed for success in various professions. New education policy has highlighted that in present day generation, we need, in order to get success in any profession, we have to develop the skills, problem solving skill, creativity skills, innovative skills, collaboration skills. In addition to the subject knowledge, skills are very important. So future careers, if you want to enter in any future career, want to make career choices, then we have to think on this aspect also. Okay, we are connecting education to the future careers or giving educational opportunities which are preparing the student to adjust to the future careers in which they will engage, preparing for the next stage. Sometimes educational guidance is needed to assist the students to make aware how to enter into the next stage. Here, assist student in preparing for higher education. Take for example from school to the next stage of education. College application, scholarship, and transition into a new academic environment. Number of issues and the number of problems are there which are encountered by the students, and sometimes parents of the students seek guidance related to that. Fostering personal development and well-being, another aspect in this aspect also developing self-awareness. Awareness of self or self-awareness is the ability to understand your own thoughts. I have my thoughts, my feelings, my behaviors, and how they affect yourself and the others. You are only aware about that. It involves recognizing your personal qualities, strengths, weaknesses, and how you are perceived by others. What I think about myself, what others think about myself. These are very important aspects, and these are basically essential for better decision making, emotional control, and personal growth. So developing self-awareness, genuine self-awareness, knowing the feelings, behaviors, and capabilities, needs, and interests is very important, and this is related to the personal development and the well-being of the students. We must know to ourselves. Guidance, particularly the educational guidance, help students understand their own interest, their values, their personality traits, whether they are introvert or the extrovert or the ambivert, to make informed decision and build self-confidence. Building social skills. It is also very important for personal development and the well-being. The people who are alienated from the mainstream of the society, they feel maladjusted. They face difficulty to adjust with the people. So building social skills is the responsibility of the educational guidance experts. They must encourage participation of the student in co-curricular activities, and they must be given opportunity to work in groups, and they must be motivated to engage in the social services to develop their leadership qualities and healthy social relationship. Empathy must be developed among the students. Promoting emotional well-being. This is the ultimate objective of fostering of personal development. We are developing the individual personally to that extent that he is basically emotionally expressing himself as emotionally well-being person. So we need to promote emotional well-being of the student. What is emotional well-being? It is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions effectively. We have the emotions, but we must have the control on our emotions. Cope with life challenges and experience. Positive emotions and mood. It involves self-awareness, resilience, fostering positive relationship, and maintaining a positive outlook to lead a fulfilling life. Emotional well-being is not an attitude which can be learned. Rather, it is facilitated, and learning takes place with that assistance which is provided by the guidance counselor, especially the educational guidance. Provide support and guidance for managing emotions, stress, resolving conflicts. Well-being is not possible without removing the problems related to the stress and anxiety, and managing the emotions, encouraging good setting and motivation. It is another aspect related to fostering personal development and well-being. Goal setting is the process of defining a specific goal setting and motivation. Setting the goal and maintaining motivation to achieve that, it is important. Only setting the goal is not going to solve the problem. Rather, constant and persistent motivation is needed for that. So goal setting is the process of defining a specific, measurable and time-bound objective to direct your actions and motivation. Motivation is the psychological drive to pursue those goals. Clear, challenging goals provide direction, focus, and a sense of progress, leading to improved performance and satisfaction. Our goals must be achievable. We need to set two types of the goals, short-term goals and the long-term goals. And we need to develop the motivation to achieve the immediate goals and concentrating on the ultimate goal or the objectives of your academic life. Students are assisted, or guidance and counseling assists students in setting realistic goals, bringing down their high aspiration, which is false aspiration, lowering down their motivation, which is against the principle of their physiology. Maximizing, now we are coming to the last part of it, the holistic development. Maximizing potential. Whatever potential the person is having, he must be able to achieve that maximum limit. What is maximizing potential is a continuous process of working towards and achieving your fullest capabilities by setting clear goals, identifying your strengths and weaknesses, developing a growth mindset, and taking consistent, accountable action. Our goals must be related to our abilities, and we need to identify our abilities and the capabilities. And a positive mindset is also very important for achieving the maximum potential. And we need to make consistent effort, and we need to make ourselves accountable also. Generating the self-appraisal technique, having an insight on our own achievements. The guidance helps students utilize their abilities to the fullest extent. It solves the problems of underachievement in this way. If you are able to achieve up to your potential, means you are a self-satisfying person, creative person, and problem-solving attitude person. Second aspect of holistic development is developing leadership and social skills. Leadership and social skills are deeply intertwined, as effective leaders use social abilities like communication. These are some of the characteristic features which are very important to develop among our students. They are better communication, empathy, and relationship building to inspire, motivate, and guide teams towards shared goals. These are basically the characteristic features of the leaders, and these characteristics must be highlighted or must be given opportunity to develop among our students. Strong social skills allow leaders to foster trust, manage conflict, build strong teams, and create positive collaborative environment essential for success in today's organizations. Extracurricular activities are instrumental. Extracurricular activities and group guidance sessions encourage students to develop leadership qualities and social responsibility. Social skills can never be developed through lectures, through talks, through theoretical subject. We need to engage students in social situations. We enhance their participation in co-curricular activities. Second part of it, preparing for future challenges. We are preparing students for future challenges. Future academic and career challenges include keeping pace with the rapidly changing job market through continuous skill development. Even if you are completing your course, you may not be fit enough for doing your responsibility in any occupation or the career. Navigating high competition for jobs, adapting to evolving educational models like hybrid learning. You are getting opportunity in other modes also and getting the advantage of that, or having a positive look related to that. It is basically preparing for the future challenges. Maintaining mental well-being amidst academic and career pressure. In spite of the fact that we are having the academic and the career stress, we need to make better mental health, because that is the success of in any educational program. Educational guidance equips students with knowledge, skills, and confidence to navigate future academic and career challenges. So if we are providing education knowledge or developing different skills among them and making them confident, definitely they will be fruitful members of the society. What is the process of educational guidance? According to Rutherford, the process of educational guidance is based on following well-defined steps: understanding of oneself, understanding of one's relationship to the others, that is the social relationship, or understanding of solving personal problem. We need to understand in solving our personal problem and understanding of making decision. After that, we make the decision. Let us apply this step into educational guidance. Educational guidance is basically a process which allows certain well-defined steps in sequential manner. Educational guidance involves following three major steps: collecting information about the individual, providing guidance, and follow-up program. Regarding collecting information, educational guidance cannot be provided in vacuum. Information regarding cognitive abilities, scholastic achievement, interest, aptitudes, and personality characteristics, family background, social and emotional development, self-concept, aspiration level, motivation level are essential for rendering specialized guidance. Until unless we have a complete appraisal of the student's personality and their various personality aspects, it is not possible to provide the reliable guidance to any students. There are various standardized and the non-standardized measuring techniques which can be utilized by the guidance counselor in getting the information related to the student. And these are the personality test, achievement test, intelligence test, aptitude test, interview, questionnaire, rating scales, inventories, observations, cumulative record, and anecdotal records. The knowledge of all these tests must be clear to the guidance counselor, and these must be utilized for getting reliable and valid information about the student. And finally, after having the knowledge of the student's characteristic features, we are assisting the students in providing guidance. Information gathered in the first phase is analyzed by the guidance counselor. The task is highly difficult and intricate, as wrong interpretation may lead to further complicate the problem rather than to do. So analysis of the student's problem is very important, because these tests gives the results, but analyzing of those results is very important. Counselor, being the professionally trained person, is in a better position to interpret the gathered information correctly and find ways to communicate it to the student for making better self-appraisal and selection of courses, keeping in view the inborn tendency. This helps the student make better adjustment to his school life and progress well and achieve up to potential. There are follow-up. Third step is the follow-up activities. The task of the guidance worker does not stop with the rendering of the guidance. It is equally essential to understand the extent to which objectives have been achieved. The follow-up is basically the idea that we are having the problem and we need to analyze to what extent we are able to get the success in that. Information obtained through follow-up techniques can be used for improving the curriculum, methods of the teaching, maintaining good relation between the student and the teachers, as well as the parents and teachers and all stakeholders of the school and the community. Now, in next stage, we are going to discuss significance of educational guidance. Academic planning and progression is one of them. Academic planning and progression is the process of setting specific academic goals, creating a structured plan with the courses and timeliness to achieve them, and then monitoring progress to ensure successful completion of a degree or program. It involves understanding degree requirements, choosing appropriate courses, managing time, and utilizing available resources to navigate the academic path and maximize potential. Academic planning and progress is very important. We need to plan our academics and we need to ensure that we are making the progress in that. Overcoming learning barriers. When we are facing the trouble, engaging in academic tasks, we are bound to face many trouble, and these barriers or intrinsic barriers can be cognitive or emotional issues. Environmental barriers can be noise or lack of resources, and instructional barriers can be rigid curricular or poor teaching methods. Enhances learning efficiency. Learning efficiency for a school student is their ability to achieve faster and more accurate learning outcomes by applying smart study strategies like active learning, spaced repetition, practice, testing, and effective time management. We need to enhance the learning efficiencies of the student in order to make their better adjustment in the field. Adjustment to educational environment is the last aspect. Environment involves a student adapting their behavior and mindset to successfully integrate into the learning strategies, requiring a balance between individual needs and demands of the society. We need to make adjustment with ourselves and adjustment with the society. Let us conclude, in a sense, educational guidance aims to equip students with the tools and support they need to succeed academically, make wise choices for their future, develop into well-rounded individuals, and thrive in their educational and personal lives. With this, we have completed our lecture. Thanks for your patience hearing.